The wind howled through the desolate stretch of road as I drove my car, the only source of light cutting through the darkness. A sense of unease filled the air, amplifying the isolation I felt. My phone signal had been lost for miles, leaving me completely cut off from the world. I had been driving for hours when I noticed my fuel gauge dipping dangerously close to empty. Panic started to rise within me as I desperately scanned the surroundings, hoping to find a gas station that would rescue me from the inevitable doom of being stranded in the middle of nowhere. Just when I thought all hope was lost, I caught a glimpse of a flickering neon sign in the distance. The words, "gas station," glowed ominously, pulling me towards it like a moth to a flame. With a sigh of relief, I steered my car into the small, dimly lit parking lot, its cracked pavement hinting at years of abandonment. As I got out of my car, a chill ran down my spine. The silence surrounding the place was suffocating. Not a soul could be seen, and the eerie flicker of the streetlights cast long, distorted shadows on the gas pumps. I swallowed hard, pushing aside the growing feeling of dread as I made my way towards the small store. The door creaked open, announcing my arrival. A stale scent of old cigarettes and dampness hung in the air, making it difficult to breathe. A middle-aged man stood behind the dusty counter, his eyes devoid of expression as he silently observed my every move. "I need to fill up and use the restroom," I said, my voice barely above a whisper. The man simply nodded in response, his cold gaze never leaving me. I glanced around, noticing a young woman in the corner of the store. Her hands trembled as she clutched a small bag, fear etched into her eyes. Unease settled deep within me, but the desperate need for fuel pushed me to ignore the warning signs. I walked towards the restroom, my footsteps echoing in the empty hallway. As I entered, a shiver ran down my spine, sensing a presence that was not my own. The room felt suffocating, as if the walls were closing in around me. I hurriedly finished my business and stepped out, only to find the hallway empty. The young woman was gone, leaving behind an eerie silence that sent chills down my spine. Panic surged through me as I realized the danger I was in. I needed to leave, but my car was still being refueled. I rushed back to the counter, my heart pounding against my chest. "I need to go," I pleaded with the man behind the counter, but he remained silent, his eyes fixed on something beyond me. Out of the corner of my eye, I caught a glimpse of movement, shadows flickering in the darkness just outside the gas station. In a split second, masked figures burst through the doors surrounding the counter. My screams echoed through the empty store, but they fell on deaf ears. The men grabbed me, their grip tight and unforgiving. I struggled to break free, but their strength was overpowering. They dragged me towards the door, my nails scraping against the cracked linoleum floor, leaving behind desperate marks of resistance. Fear consumed me as I realized the true horror of my situation. These were not ordinary criminals. They were something far more sinister. As we stepped outside into the night, the gas station transformed into a stage of nightmares. The moonlight revealed a desolate field, graves scattered haphazardly, each one marked with a chilling inscription of an unfulfilled life. I was being taken to a place where the living were not meant to tread. In the distance, a dilapidated farmhouse stood as a haunting centerpiece. The masked figures pushed me towards it, their silence only broken by the sound of my own terrified sobs. As we reached the porch, the door creaked open, revealing the abyss of darkness that lay inside. My mind raced, desperately searching for an escape. With one final surge of strength, I broke free from their grasp, running into the night. Fear fueled my sprint, my heart pounding in my ears. I sprinted through the fields, desperately trying to put distance between myself and that terrible place. My breathing grew ragged, my body exhausted, but I refused to give up. Hours later, I stumbled upon a small country road. A passing car stopped, the driver's face filled with concern as they saw the state I was in. They offered me a ride to safety, their kindness bringing me a glimmer of hope in the darkness. As we drove away from that hellish nightmare, I knew that the horrors I had witnessed would forever be etched into my memory. The gas station on that deserted road was a place where evil lurked, a vile trap for unsuspecting victims, and I was lucky enough to escape its clutches. But some stories are not meant to be forgotten. They serve as a reminder that even in the most innocent places, darkness can reside, waiting to consume the unwary. The gas station will forever live on in my nightmares, a chilling reminder of the terrors that exist beyond what we can see.